For some time, I've had the Nitecore EDC39. I really like this light. Out of all the flashlights that I have, this is one of the few that stays in, well, hand's reach. I keep this one right over there on my desk. I really like this flashlight. Ergonomics, performance. I like it. Well, we now have the Nitecore EDC37. And this thing, it has some girth. It's a chunk of a flashlight, but for many good reasons. One, it has 8,000 milliamp battery power in it, so there's, I believe, 2 cells in there. And you ready for this? If you already haven't seen, it puts out a burst of 8,000 lumens. Okay, so yeah, it's bright. Let me show you some beauty shots so you can see the build of this thing. And it's very similar to the other one where it's a stainless steel body infused with this carbon fiber type inlay, and the lens is glass, the reflectors are metal, and look at all those LEDs in there. The thing is a beast. I mean, it really is. And you step on that 3,000 or 8,000 lumens because it has 2 burst settings, and the thing gets hot, I'll tell you that. But here are the clips because, you know, I want you to see what it is that you're interested in looking at, and as usual, the appropriate links so you can go check this stuff out, this flashlight, will be in the information down below. And so, being that I think with a review video of a flashlight, the beam shots are the most important thing to see because you want to see how it operates. We're going to watch some. I'll just go over some of the settings. So what they call ultra low is 15 lumens, and that runs for 190 hours. 100 lumens, 30 hours. 400 lumens, 8 hours, 30 minutes. And here's the impressive thing. The high, which puts out 1500 lumens, will run for 7 hours and 30 minutes. So you have quite the selection of settings. And take a look at the tail cap, or the tail switches on the flashlight. Now, they're metal, they're not rubber, they're not plastic. Very nice, they feel great. Oh, just want to point out something, because I was actually quite surprised. You can get away with tail cap standing this flashlight for lantern mode. But anyways, back to the switches. So that's kind of your main switch. And it's great because you can half press, get momentary, or full press, and then you just have to walk through. The thing that I really like about this and that is that if the flashlight is off and you half press, you can actually cycle through and pick and choose before you turn on. That's great. That's one of the things that I really like. And then with each setting, it then shows you what the runtime is for each one, so you know what your availability of, well, runtime, power, all that is. The larger of the 2 switches, that's the one, well, it gets into the serious business, and that is programmable. So it's the same thing where you get a half press or a full press, and you can set it to the 3000, the 8000, or strobe. Usability and interface is pretty decent. There is your lock switch. I will say I do prefer the setup of this one where it's on the side. It is just a very natural spot left-handed or right-handed to get at. This being in the middle or the face of the light, it doesn't feel bad, don't get me wrong, but I really like that. So that's your lock. What else? Oh, the USB-C charging port on the side. It's just a little plastic flap thing for heat dissipation. See these fins? When I was outside just filming shots of it, you could see right through that there is a spacing in between. So you're holding on to the exterior, but realistically most of the heat is in there. This is new, well, at least new to the Nitecore flashlights I have, with these glass breaking tips. It does come with the tool to remove them and screws to replace them, so you don't have to run those if you don't want to. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm not sure I'll be breaking any glass, but the thing that I realized that I did like is when I put the light down like that, it's protecting the lens. So that's a choice. It comes with this green lanyard clippy thing, which we seem to see quite a bit on these lights. USB-C to A cable. As I was out filming, we have a fox that lives out back, and he was playing with me, and I was trying to catch up to him and get a good shot because I kept seeing eyeballs. But the thing that, while I was using the flashlight, was being able to step on that Lumen shield, as they call it, or the super bright, you know, and get those bursts, trying to see where he was, you know, lighting up his eyeballs. But he ditched into the brush and I could not find him. But with that being said, the thing that I want to point out is that when you use the super brights on this, it gets hot, real hot. And after you use it, you get this progress bar that says time remaining, meaning that's how long it's going to be before you can use that again, and it takes a long time. A lot longer than this one, but this is a lot brighter than this one, so it heats up. The good news is, while I was waiting outside filming for that to cool down, I could access the high 1500 lumens no problem. And all the time using the high 1500 lumens, it never stepped down on me, even while the light was hot. So the way I always look at these flashlights, with super high turbo boost blasting lumens, that's just a extra momentary look at it as a 1500 lumen flashlight. Yes, it'll do the 3000 and the 8, but 1500 lumens, you're going to get 7.5 hours run time, and it's awesome. So yeah, little bit of comparison on the size, because you may be familiar with the 29. This is an awesome flashlight, the 29. They're both awesome, but they're two completely different animals. One is slim, it's very EDC. This one, it's more purpose-built. I mean, it is a beast of a light. It's chunky. It'll run for a lot longer than this one will. Again, that's why I'll link, you know, Nitecore's link down below in Amazon so you can check out the differences. I prefer this one only because it's super thin. It feels great in pocket, disappears. I like where that lock switch is, but I guess if I had to go out and do some more serious outdoors woods things for a weekend or something, I would probably take this one. It's all preference. That's what it comes down to nowadays with flashlights and EDC gear. Preference. Oh, before I go and forget, it still has the same amazingly tight pocket clip that that one does. So it's amazingly tight. That's it. I hope the video gives you guys some information or enjoyment in looking at these flashlights. That's it. I appreciate you watching. Check out the info. I will see you soon. Thank you, Nitecore. And thank you for watching.